Hey everybody, hope your day is going awesome. I wanted to focus this video on a question that drives people up the wall. What is your greatest strength? A lot of the clients I'll work with will tell me, Anish, things were going so great. I was presenting awesomely, everything was awesome. And then they threw this question at me and I didn't know what to respond. And a lot of people actually think that when they're asked that question, what's the point? Do I just spend the next couple of minutes just bragging about myself, essentially just saying a variation of, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, hire me? I want to show you a different way. I want to show you a way where you can use a show instead of a tell approach to it that's going to be way more effective, it's going to get the job done, and it's only going to increase your standing as a top tier candidate. So let's start with this. Why is an employer really asking a question like that? What's your greatest strength? What's the point? Is it just to kill time? No. They want to be reassured. They want to know that you are an outstanding candidate. And number two, they want to feel that you're aligned with what they're about. Reassurance and alignment are really at the heart of this. That's what they want. They want your answer to address that. So here's what you do. Anyone who's worked with me, and if you've been following these videos, you probably are getting a sense for this. I don't believe in complicated answers. I believe in simple strategies, simple solutions. And when it comes to this, here's what I recommend. Prior to the interview, take a look at the job posting and make a list of what are the 1 to max 3 essential qualities of this job. For example, do you have to be a strong leader? Do you have to show initiative? Do you have to show follow through? Do you have to show an ability to merge the big picture with the details? Do you have to be a solid team builder? So make a list, okay? And I want this to be as short as possible. If you can boil it down to like one essential, that's even better. Shorter is better in this scenario. Now that you have this list, I want you to think of a story, either from your career or your personal life, that illustrates that. So, for example, if showing initiative is what you want to highlight, you want to look back and think back, what is there in my life, in my career, preferably in the last couple of years, that would illustrate that. In other words, we're moving away from answering this question in terms of, yes, I'm this, yes, I'm this, yes, I'm this, which is never really convincing, and you're illustrating it. So you're thinking about a story that's going to highlight one of the essential qualities for the job. And then finally, once you have that story, when you're asked the question, you want to answer it by starting in a pretty humble and honest way that kind of deflects any sense that you're just bragging. So I'm going to pull all of this together for you, okay? Identify a top quality that is essential to the job based on the job posting. Identify a story either from your career or your personal life. That personal life can be just as effective, highly underutilized. And number 3, start in an honest, humble way. So here's an example. Say I'm in an interview and I want to let an employer know that one of my key areas of strength is finding innovative ways to add value. I want to show them that wherever they're at, I can help move the ball forward. I can enter into, a new aspect and really drive growth. So someone asks me, what's your greatest strength? You might answer, well, I've been thinking about this and I wanted to avoid just bragging for the next three minutes or so. So let me give you a story that hopefully goes to the heart of this. A couple of years ago, I found myself in an interesting place. I had developed this resume writing and career strategy business to a point where it really was successful. I had reached all of my initial goals for it. I was really delivering value to the people I was working with. They were seeing results. There was excitement there. There was engagement there. There was profitability there. And yet, I couldn't shake this restless feeling. I felt like I had more to give, I had more to contribute, and that wasn't being reflected. So I started brainstorming. Beyond what I'm doing, one-on-one, working with people, what are some other ways that I could apply the things that I know to sort of move the ball forward? And doing that led me to think, hey, I help individuals navigate the job search process, show them new ways to get away from job postings and make connections with recruiters, make connections, directly at companies and come in as a one-of-one candidate. Could I flip the script and do that for companies? In other words, we all know that the hiring process is really, really expensive, and it's usually a gigantic waste of resources for any company in terms of time, labor, just straight up money. Could I apply what I know in that way? Now, I'd never approached a company before. I'd never worked or presented at a company before, but I knew in my gut that that knowledge could be very, very helpful. So I started moving in that direction. I started pitching to companies. I started presenting. And from starting out in a humble way, today I'm presenting at Fortune 500 companies regularly. I'm delivering that value. I'm showing them innovative ways to hire people that is starkly more cost efficient and effective and gets the job done more effectively. And the irony about that is that through my speaking engagements and my lectures and this whole kind of sideline, a whole bunch of new clients have come in the door, new executives who I've also been able to work with one-on-one. So that was really something that I'm truly, truly proud of, because I found myself at a crossroads. I found myself at a place where I could either say, yep, this is good enough and I'm just gonna keep spinning the wheels, or I could take it in a different direction. And if you bring me on board here, that mentality of seeing what's not quite there, seeing ways that we could extract more value out of what we do to really drive growth and find a new frontier, that's something that I can truly bring to the table and something that I think is really, really going to be a big help. So that's a way to, by the way, long story short, bring all of this together and really make it work for you. Again, just a reminder, identify 1 to 2 top qualities that are required by the job. Come up with a story that illustrates that top quality, and then come in humble, come in easy going, honest, authentic, and just share your story. You have just addressed one of the hardest questions in the interview process, and you have really, really shown a mark of expertise there in terms of handling yourself and communicating what you're about. I hope that's been a big help to you. Keep following me. Let me know of any questions that you have. Connect with me if you want to work with me one-on-one or you're interested in that, and we can continue that conversation. And of course, visit upgradeyourjob.com, where you can join my private prospect list and get immediate access to my 6-point checklist for landing a 6-figure job. Guaranteed there's going to be stuff in there that you are not doing, that you should be doing, that's going to be a lot more effective. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Thanks for following me again. I'll talk to you soon.